Hello dear students. In this video, I'm going to tell you about communication under chapter directing. In this video, we'll have look on meaning, process and importance of communication. So, do you think directing is a quite big chapter? Yes, it is. But when we are talking about communication, it is the last element of directing. So let us quickly will have look on meaning. So communication, as you are or instruction between two or more persons by different means. So what is communication? It is a two-way process. It is a two-way process. Why? Because there should be two parties. One is sending the message and another is receiving the message. See, communication, it is very simple topic. If two persons are talking, so it is also a part of communication. They are communicating with each other. What they are communicating with each other? Their views, their ideas, uh, through gestures. They in gestures they gestures also they use for communicating their views or ideas or message. So communication is what? Communication is transmission of or exchange of ideas, message, facts, views, information or instructions. So it has it there should be at least two persons. Okay, one is called as sender of message and another is called receiver of message. So at least two persons should be there, sender and receiver. Now sender and receiver, these two parties will be there. This process starts with the sender and it ends with the feedback of receiver. Okay, suppose two persons are talking with each other, it means they are communicating. So it starts with sending of the message from sender and it ends with the receiver who receives the message and gives feedback to him. But they can use different means or means are those. Communication can be done by spoken words, through written words, through diagrams, or through gestures. Okay, so these are the common means of for transmission of ideas. So communication, it is a two-way process, है ना? Like I am speaking here, but it is not called as communication because here only I am speaking and the other party, he is not giving me feedback whether he is understanding or not. So it completes when sender sends his message and receiver receives in the same sense what sender wants to send. Okay, so communication is always a two-way process. Here there are features. As I told you, it is a two-way process. It begins with sender and ends when feedback comes from receiver. Here, what is feedback? Suppose you call your friend and or you message in WhatsApp to your friend something about like to meet outside. Okay, you asked him to meet outside. So and when he shows thumbs up or when he writes okay, then these okay or this thumbs up gesture, it is called feedback. Okay, so feedback comes from receiver, then the communication process ends. So next feature, there should be minimum two parties involved, sender and receiver. Communication process, it is very important topic from the point of view of your exam. See, don't get okay. So process starts when sender thinks an idea. Okay, like suppose अगर कोई एक पर्सन है, उसके दिमाग में कुछ आइडिया आता है और या कोई एक मैसेज अपने किसी फ्रेंड को कन्वे करना चाहता है, सो यहीं से ही कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस स्टार्ट हो जाता है. सो it starts with sender. Now what sender wants to convey? Any message. Okay, so this message or idea he will share to with his friend. So simple, when he is trying to send this message, he can write this message in any language, okay, or through he can use some symbols, he can use some signs, okay. So this is called encoding. After encoding, he will use some media like internet, telephone, etc. Then this message goes to receiver, who will decode the message in the same sense as sender wanted to send. And after sender, feedback is there. So now we'll discuss these factors, these uh, elements of process one by one. So the first, sender is the person who sends the message, who conveys the message. So it begins, I told you, immediately when idea comes in the mind of sender. So the person is sender. So sender wants to convey? Any message. So message may be word, fact, or ideas. Okay, what or the content what he wants to send. Next, encoding. What is encoding? And he can also use gestures. Like if your teacher wants to teach you, you must have observed that he is using his hands, okay, for making you understand something. So it is a combination of all these three things. This is called encoding of message. Now this message, which is now encoded, it will be transmitted through any media. Okay, so the sender may use phone, he may use letters, he may use internet to send his message. So these are called as media, okay, through which encoded message has to be transmitted to receiver. Next is decoding. So what is decoding? Message was encoded, fine, and it was sent through any media, through phone, etc. Now what is decoding? It is converting the encoded message into language to understand the message, fine. So this is called decoding. Decoding is what? Converting the encoded message into language which is understandable for receiver. Next is receiver. Who is receiver? The person who receives and understands the message. Next, feedback. I told you, okay. So what is feedback? After understanding the message, receiver sends his response. So feedback is what? Feedback is response of receiver. What response? That he has understood. It may be thumbs up, thumbs down, okay, that he has understood or not understood the message. This is called as feedback. Now in communication process ends with feedback, but there is one more thing that is called as noise. So what is noise here? Noise may be any kind of disturbance. Suppose you are talking with your friend, okay, and you are talking your friend on phone, and because of network issue there is some kind of disturbance. He may hear few words, he may not hear few words. So this is called what? This is not the complete transmission of message. This is called as noise. So this noise is called as disturbance or distraction or interruption in flow of communication. Sometimes this noise occur because of some kind of encoding of message. Like in encoding you have used any word. Let me take one example. Suppose I'm taking one word cheap, Okay, so cheap has two kind of meaning. If it is said that cheap labor, so it is in interest of organization because it will reduce the cost of production. But when I talk about cheap is used with cheap joke, so this it has something different meaning. Cheap joke is something different, something which is not acceptable. Okay, but cheap labor is acceptable. So this is also creating confusion in the mind. Maybe sender wants to say something, but it is understood in different way by receiver. Okay, so this is also a noise. So noise is what? It is any kind of disturbance, distraction, or interruption in flow of communication. So with this process completed, now coming to importance. Communication is very much of importance because we have to talk, we have to coordinate, we have to do certain things in the organization which is not possible without communication. So first thing, the first here is what the first importance act as a basis of coordination and cooperation. So first importance is this: cooperation and coordination, it is required at all level, you all know it, है ना? So and this cooperation is possible through communication. So through communication, the top level, they will be able to interact with middle level and with lower level management and all the employees. And this constant interaction helps them or helps in getting commitment and helps in getting cooperation and coordination of people. Okay, so with communication on the top level management, they always interact with people, and with interaction जितनी ज़्यादा बातें होंगी, जितना ज़्यादा आप लोगों से मिलोगे, तो उतना ही ज़्यादा confusion कम होगा and the cooperation can be developed. The next, it acts as basis for decision making. So decision making, this is the task of manager. Okay, so how can we make decision? We can make decision with the help of some information, and this information, it moves in organization through communication only. Okay, you will get information through communication. If there is no proper communication, you will not get any information and you will not be able to make any kind of decisions. Next, it increase managerial efficiency. So managerial efficiency can be brought in organization when there is proper communication. Okay, so when there is proper communication, how? When there is managerial efficiency can be brought when there is proper classification of task, responsibility, and the authority. So what does it mean? If each employee knows what task he need to complete, to whom he is to report, so this will develop efficiency, managerial efficiency. Fine, and this is possible only through communication. Okay, only through communication, only with the smooth flow of communication, this can be, the clarity about all these tasks, responsibility, and authority can be made. Next, effective leadership. It establish effective leadership. Leadership we talked about in last video. So for leadership, for effective leadership, communication is required. Fine. How? Because leader who influence the behavior of employee, subordinates. So it is advisable to interact clearly with all levels of employees. Okay, so leader will interact with all employees, and this interaction is possible through communication. So it is also needed there. Next is helps in proceeds of motivation and morale development. Motivation, we have discussed also this thing. So motivation is a psychological process, है ना? What does it do? Motivation, it develops among employee willingness to work. So in motivation process, superior, what he wants to do, what he do actually, superior analyze the needs of subordinate. Okay, through motivation process we analyze needs of subordinate and we find to satisfy those new need to motivate them. Okay, so how can we know the need of your subordinates? Through smooth flow of information, when superior exchange with subordinates views. So these can be done with communication. Fine, so through communication we can motivate people of the organization or the employees of the organization. Now next is helps in smooth working. Smooth working is very important. Smooth working is possible when there is no communication gap, there is no confusion, and when there is any gap of communication, smooth flow of working of an enterprise is not possible. So through communication, we can, it will help in smooth working. Last is promotes cooperation and peace. So two-way communication process, it will develop mutual understanding, है ना? If you are talking with somebody, so you will understand his mind setup, that person will understand your set of mind. With this, cooperation can be developed and peace can be maintained. The manager can discuss, the manager can understand the problem, grievances or aspiration of subordinates, and this will bring peace in the organization, because after knowing these problems and grievances, manager tries to solve them. This will create peace in the organization. So this is all about importance of the communication. In the next video of communication, we'll discuss forms of organizational communication. For the time now, thank you.